Roll call.
Please.
Ayaw na pa. Hi na si Macy.
Jesse R. Albius present. Honorable Antonio B. Beltran present. Honorable Mary Kylie Francine Bitcolca absent. Madam Chair, this is support.
The 57th regular session of the 13th Sangguniang Panglungsod is now called to order. Next item.
Prayer.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Dear Lord, as we deliberate in today's session, give us the wisdom to overcome passion. Give us that understanding heart to do away with prejudice. Give us the foresight to know what the future may devise. Give us the courage and strength to seek the truth and what's good. Give us the facility of language that we may be understood. And finally, our Lord, make us worthy public servants of the city, that we deeply love and highly honor Naga City, the heart of Bicol. Amen.
Next item.
Pambansang aw.
Next item. Morning.
Privilege time.
Anybody who'd like to avail of the privilege time? None? Okay, Honorable Del Rosario.
Marina aga po sa kabos. Madam Chair, members of this August Chamber, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Madam Chair, I'm submitting today a proposed ordinance that will reinforce our contact tracing system in Naga City and prohibit prescribed guidelines and procedures in the implementation, provide sanctions for non-compliance and for other purposes. As we all know, Madam Chair, we have observed a spike in the number of cases of COVID-19 in Naga City for the last 2 weeks now. And contact tracing plays an important part in containing the outbreaks of infectious diseases. There is a need to implement and reinforce effective contact tracing system, which requires maximum compliance of all citizens and visitors, as well as in those public and private sectors and establishments, which will greatly help in the data gathering and processing of information of persons who may have been possibly exposed to COVID-19 confirmed patients. I would like to request, Madam Chair, that in our agenda today, we take out this proposed ordinance under new business and we put this under SBO for the purposes of deliberating this early, and if this will merit the kind attention of this honorable chamber, we pass this proposed ordinance with your observations, comments, and suggestions, so that we can implement this as soon as possible. Nakuha po kita, Madam Chair, na naipasarta itong ordinansa sa pag-procure kan si modular laboratory. But after po kayan, ang kaipuan pong maray is yung contact tracing. Tari pong mahabol ta kung sa'yo nakaabot, kung sa'yo si extent kan si contamination kan si virus hindi po sa Strike Syudad. Ini po, ang backdrop na po kani is the Peña Francia Fiesta. Although mayo po kita ning the usual na celebration, but we expect numerous visitors to come, gather, and hear masses hindi po sa Syudad ng Naga. Salamat po, maray na aga po sa gabos.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Anybody else would like to avail of the privileged time? Okay, none. Next item.
Reading and approval of the order of business.
Honorable Baldemoro.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading the order of business with the following inclusion. Item number 2 of the special business or order is the endorsement from the City Mayor, marked as urgent, requesting for an authority to enter into a memorandum of agreement between the City Government of Naga and the Department of Public Works and Highways relative to the request for the construction of quarantine isolation facilities in the city. Also, Madam Chair, under SBO, item number 3, also endorsement from the City Mayor, endorsing the deed of absolute sale consists of 2 vacant lots located at Pagdaikon, Barangay Mabolo, Naga City, for ratification. Under unfinished business, item number 17, also endorsement from the City Mayor pertaining to the deed of donation between the City Government of Naga and Technical Education Skills Development Authority or TESDA relative to the donation of parcel of land located at Barangay Concepcion Grande intended for the establishment of TESDA Hub for ratification of the Sanggunian. And lastly, Madam Chair, item number 4 of the other matters, invitation from the Development Academy of the Philippines pertaining to the online course on effective local legislation. I so move, Madam Chair.
Before the second, Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chair, may I iterate my previous manifestation that we take out under
Special
new business item number 7, and we put this under the SBO today with the indulgence of the committee on
Number 7 of new business.
yes, sir.
Be transferred under item number 4, Madam Chair, of the SB.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you. The agenda as amended is now approved. Next item.
Order of business. Reading and approval of the minutes of previous sessions.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Chair, may I move to dispense the reading of the minutes of the 5th special session of the 13th Sangguniang Panglungsod held on March 28, 2020, and move for its approval.
Any second? Okay, approved. Next
Another, Madam
item.
Chair, is the minutes of the 6th special session held on April 3, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second?
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 33rd regular session held on March 3, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 35th regular session held on March 17, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 37th regular session held on April 14, 2020. I move for its approval.
Approved. Second? Approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 38th regular session held on April 17, 2020. I move for its approval.
Okay, approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 39th regular session held on April 21, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Honorable Mary Kyle Francine Trifulca. Next item.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 40th regular session held on April 28, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Okay, approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 41st regular session held on May 5, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Okay, approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 42nd regular session held on May 12, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Okay, approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 43rd regular session held on May 19, 2020. I move for its approval.
Seconded, approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 44th regular session held on May 26, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Approved.
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 45th regular session held on June 2, 2020. I move for its approval.
Second?
Another, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 46th regular session held on June 9, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Okay, seconded, approved.
And lastly, Madam Chair, is the minutes of the 47th regular session held on June 16, 2020. I move for its approval.
Any second? Okay, approved.
Thank
Next
you, Madam
item.
Chair.
Honorable Gregorio Bunal, comment?
Can we just check for the record why we are skipping in the series minutes for session for the 34th and 36th and any other that may have been skipped? May we know why?
34 and 36. Mr. Secretary?
They were already previously approved, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Thank you, Honorable Bunal. Next item.
Special business order, the letter dated August 25, 2020 of the Honorable City Mayor seeking authority to negotiate and enter into a deed of donation with Latter-day Charities Philippines Incorporated for matters intent to donate to the city personal protective equipment which is needed by the city in its continuing fight against COVID-19.
Honorable Ranyola?
Move to give the authority to the mayor to enter and to negotiate with the deed of donation with Latter-day Charities Philippines Incorporated for the latter's intent to donate to the city government of Naga personal protective equipment.
Any second?
Second.
Okay, approved. Next item.
The endorsement dated September 4, 2020 from the Honorable City Mayor endorsing the memorandum of agreement to be entered into by in between the city and the Department of Public Works and Highways with respect to the request for construction of quarantine isolation facilities in the city. The Mayor is seeking an authority to enter into the said agreement.
Honorable Baldemoro.
May I move, Madam Chair, on joint and collective motion?
On joint and collective motion, approved. Next item. Comment from the Honorable Del Castillo.
It will be located, Madam Chair, that facility. Sa ilang lugar?
Dismantled and removed after the pandemic. Phase 2, nakakaagman, nakahalion. Ano lang garo siya?
Collapsible.
Collapsible.
Okay. Thank you, Madam
Pako
Chair.
siyang
Thank you.
pako siyang permanent structure.
I support.
Okay. Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Next item.
Honorable City Mayor, endorsing for ratification the deed of absolute sale consisting of 2 vacant lots in Pagdahikon, Magpulo, Naga City, represented by the city and the United Coconut Planters Bank for ratification.
Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
We have authorized the mayor to enter into a deed of absolute sale covering this lot from we purchased from the United Coconut Planters Bank. A portion of this, Madam Chair, will be utilized as socialized housing of city, and portion of this will be the site of the barangay hall of barangay Magulo. So with that, Madam Chair, I move that we pass a resolution ratifying the deed of absolute sale entered into between the city and the United Coconut Planters Bank.
Second.
Approved.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Next item.
Item number 4 is item number 7 of the new business. The proposed ordinance of the Honorable Rosilito Eusebio Rosario further strengthening the city's mitigation efforts against the continuing threat of coronavirus disease by reinforcing the Naga City contact tracing system, prescribing guidelines and procedures and implementation thereof, providing sanctions for non-compliance and for other purposes.
Honorable Del Rosario.
Good morning again, Madam Chair. We may have today, there are other questions, Mr. Oliver, on the technical side of this proposed ordinance. This was already sent to our email last Friday, Madam Chair, for our studies. And let me walk through sa step po niyan yung salient points kang si proposed ordinance. Sa purposes po, Madam Chair, sa Section 2, we would like to reinforce our contact tracing system. We prescribe rules and procedures and sanctions for non-compliance. The coverage will be all residents, including transients, establishments, and public and private offices. There is a deep definition of terms there, Madam Chair, and this representation also included yung contact tracing task force, a team created by the City Government of Naga through Executive Order 2020-026. Also, yung the latest definition ng Department of Health sa COVID-19 suspect, probable, and close contact. Ano yung tinatawag nating Naga City contact tracing system, definition of public and private establishments, etc., etc. So we have the references there. Sa baba po, Madam Chair, kan definition of terms, yung different laws and regulations na pertaining to this, including recently passed Ordinance 2020-033, sa anti-discrimination ordinance of Naga City. Now, yung app po na sangunyan yaon igdi sa Naga City, pag kaintindi ko more than 100,000 na nakasubscribe. Kaya lang we are projecting some concerns. I will discuss that later on. Now, we hope to have a mandatory registration to the Naga City contact tracing application kabus na individual and public and private establishments in Naga City, malls, supermarkets, tangaring si paglaog, pagluwas kan si mga tao, makaigwa kita ning monitoring. Section 7, Madam Chair, states yung procedures kang digital logbooking. Section 8, procedures for manual logbooking. And Section 9, this is very important. Yung Section 9, yung mandate to public and private offices, establishments to install and implement sa indang mga premises ini pong APTA na ano kanyang kang city government launched last Monday. Section 10, Madam Chair, reiterates yung protection of privacy and all information contained in the app na pig-register kan si mga kababayan ta, pig-ensure na ma-protect and iko kitang opisina igdi sa City Hall, ining City Epidemiology and Surveillance Unit together with the Office of Mr. Manyo, Sir Oliver, to implement yung sa data privacy observance. We also wish that our barangays, barangay councils, and the SK officials put up their respective assistance centers. Not only barangay and SK, but also yung mga establishments na itong mga malaog, Madam Chair, na mga individuals na mayo pang QR code, pwedeng tabangan kan si mga yaon sa mga barangay, SK, private establishments na nga rin pong mapasalitate man. Section 12, Madam Chair, discusses contact tracing system audit team. This is very important para may nag-check duman, may oversight duman sa nag-i-implement kan kang sistemang ini. We are proposing, Madam Chair, that a member of the Sangguniang Palunsod, DILG, DIST, DICT, People's Council, and from the religious sector, makaibaigdi. And iyon po ni Madam Chair ang ma-witness kang delete kang gabos na records after prescribed days or months na pigsasabi kang data privacy law. And we also put in there, Madam Chair, section 13, yung penalties. Ano yung mga acts na will be penalized. So letter A, any individual who willfully uses the QR ID card of another shall be penalized as follows. First offense, 1,000. Second offense, 2,500. Third offense, 5,000. Also, letter B, Madam Chair, discusses failure of any public or private establishments office in Naga City to register. Ang mapipinalize po dyan si owner, si manager, si head of office. And pigbalik naman, Madam Chair, sa letter C and letter D, ito mga prevailing tang mga nga Section 14, Madam Chair, gives authority to the Health Emergency Task Force. Then, ini po, ang applicability ka ni Madam Chair, pag nag-declare na si President na tapos na ang pandemic, within a certain period, si gabos na data ang nakabugtak duman will be deleted and i-remove sa kanya-kanyang mga smartphones na pigagamit. So yan po, yan Madam Chair, ang salient points kang proposed ordinance ni to reinforce our contact tracing. Sa ngunyan, Madam Chair, ang Naga sa Legazpi nagkakantisan sa padakulan ng COVID. Sa pero dahil po kita nagkikantisan, gusto ta pong mapababa ang sa tuyang numero kang COVID igdi sa Naga City. But we are anticipating yung dagdag kang tao tayo sa Naga. So kami po, lalo na po si Mayor Nelson, at gabos po kita igdi, nagmamaot na magtarabangan po kita. Kaya nga ni Pigo propose po ning araw ganing necessary legislation. So this representation, Madam Chair, is open to comments, suggestions, or other inputs related to this proposed ordinance. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. So, we're moving for the approval. Comments from the members. Honorable Del Castillo.
Thank you, Madam Chair. With respect to this, to the penalties to be imposed, there is no penalty to those to the custodian of the data in the event that some data will be accessed by third party or any other party. The penalty only applies to those who uses the QR ID card of another person, and for those who will not adapt the system as far as establishment is concerned. I'm quite worried because there might be an instance, Madam Chair, that the system can be hacked by unscrupulous individuals and obtain the data, personal data of those who registered in the system. So what are the safeguards that is being instituted in this ordinance to protect the data that is stored in the system.
Honorable Del Rosario, can
Thank
you
you,
answer
thank you,
the
Madam
query?
Chair. Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Sir Badi. So we'll include there paragraph C. Magkaigwa po ng changes sa numbering. Yung custodian of data na who will intentionally leak information regarding the all information or portion, part, or all information na nag-other hindi po sa contact tracing. So ang kuya po nila is yung first offense, patawad na po tulos ng pinakahalangkaw is 5,000. And of course, ang suggestion ko, Madam Chair, subject to administrative proceedings kang civil service rules and regulations.
With regards to government offices and
Yes,
employees,
ma'am. Yes,
but not
okay.
the private enterprise.
So kung mayo na po, Madam Chair, I move that we...
Other comments from the other members? Honorable Albios first, and then Honorable Baldemoro and Honorable Abunal, in that order.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. I strongly support the proposed ordinance of Councilor Tito Del Rosario. And ang observation ko lang, Madam Chair, sana ma-improve ta kasi kasabagong aga pagpalaog midig din ni kasunudan ko si Councilor Greg. Sana maging contactless na kasi ang nangyayari pag itong nag-ooperate from the PSO, nagtitake siya ng picture kang si QR code ta, so nababiolate si social distancing katong individual na nagre-register sa kasi nagkukua, so possible na makapag-create ng apps or gadgets ang sa tuyang office ni Sir Ruel, tanganing maging totally contactless na talaga siya na top system na lang tabi na mayo na ning nagmamanduman na tao. So, para maidagdag ta po digdiyo sa magayon na ordinansa ni Councilor Lito Del Rosario.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Albios. Honorable Del Rosario.
Yes, Madam Chair, I'll try to... Thank you, Councilor Albios, sir. Hanapan ko po kung saan maisingit itong very important na concern ni Councilor Albios. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Baldemoro, you were raising your hand.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Duman na po sa Section 8, pahiling.
Section 8.
Sa
8.
yan. Diyan po sa procedures for manual logbooking, the contact number must not be optional. Importante pong maray ang contact number. So, padelete lang po kang optional. Thank you, Madam Chair.
So baka ang
Noted, Madam Chair. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Honorable Abunal.
Mapot ko lang po. Ang pag-serve po ng contact tracing, will that be by building, by offices, or paano? For example, may tuyo sa City Hall,
Civil Register.
civil registrar, pinabayad sa treasurer, pinabalik sa civil registrar. Ano po ang contact tracing kayan? Duman sa duwang opisina o basta lang maglaog sa City Hall?
Ito, sarap lang.
Sa private mga offices, paano po ba yan? By individuals na contact, let's say nag-deposit sa bangko tapos nag-withdraw sa sarong teller na naman or whatever. Ano po ba ang procedure niya?
Okay. Honorable Del Rosario.
Thank you, Sir Greg. Thank you, ma'am. Normally po kaya sa mga pico-contact trace, sa experience ko sa nakaaging mga pirang aldaw na part kang team B. Kaya ba rin po sa team A, si Councilor Dodit, sa team B, kami ni Councilor Elmer. Normally po kaya, dahil voluntary, divulge kang individual kung saan talaga siya nagduman. So, with the help of this application, dawa dahil siya magsabi sa nagduman, mahahanap mo. Makukuha mo kung saan siya nagduman. So, definitely kung nagpara-ikot-ikot sa City Hall, aram ta kung anong oras siya naglaog City Hall o nagduman man sa bangko, then at least may idea kita. Ang importante, di Madam Chair, is yung management of COVID, yung command structure, may idea kung nagsain siya sa oras na yan. So within 1 hour, si movement niya, pwede mong matrace. Ano? Pwede mong matrace. And si mga naging contact niya, Madam Chair. Yun po ang experience po kaya. Normally po, ang iba, nagbo-volunteer, pero ang iba, nag-withholding information.
Thank you, Honorable De Rosario. Honorable Abanal.
Yeah, I wanted to check. Kumbaga, ang contact tracing, ma-register siya duman sa paglawag niya City Hall, building, nagpa-civil register, ma-register siya doon, o and then nagpa-treasure ta, nagbayad, o whatever.
Oo.
Matitrace po ba yun? O
Yes.
basta lang makalawag
Basta naglawag lang sa City Hall.
City Hall building?
Oo, saro lang pa ang contract tracing tadigdi, dyan lang sa my door. As stated by Honorable Abunal, pag naglaog ka kayang City Hall, pag dyan lang, dahil mo man aram ko sa opisina nagduman.
Yeah.
So, Honorable De Rosario.
Yan po ang gusto kong
Yes,
maintindihan
yes.
na marami.
Ano yan?
At least po, pag nahiling ta, pag naglaog sa City Hall, igwan ng pupunan si contact tracing team.
Kung saan siya nagduman.
Saan siya nagduman. At least, dahil na mapupugulan na dahil siya magsabing dahil ako nagpa-City Hall.
Araw kang, miski sa private, Robinsons, pag-ibig po baga nagduduruman ng mga emplea ang mga iba.
Yes po.
So contact tracing lang siya duman sa entrance. Pero dahil mo man aram kung saan siya
Kung saan
nagduman. Kung
duman.
nagduman siya sa pag-ibig o kung nagduman siya sa...
At least po, importante yan, Madam Chair, nag-aram mo, naglaog siya sa Robinsons.
Okay.
So, may mga
Duman na
CCTV man po ba yan?
Duman na lang,
mapagal-pagal lang, Madam Chair, but the vital information na nagtaog sa sarong lugar, nagduman siya, na sometimes pig withhold niya, makukuha mo niyang contact tracing team.
Yeah.
Thank you,
One
Honorable.
other question.
Another
Will
concern?
this be subject to public consultation?
Honorable De Rosario?
Dahil na po, Madam Chair, because we are invoking here a crisis, public health emergency. So, mas mananaig po igdi ang
This
efforts
is a
ng government.
precautionary measure.
Yes po, yes
Of
po.
the city government.
Kaya po nga ni, Madam Chair, to assuage the other members of the, nakabugtak po dyan, Madam Chair, yung audit team na ito talaga mahiling duman na pagkatapos kan si pandemic, a certain period, dapat i-delete ninda sa system, sigabos na information duman. Because pigmamanda po yan kan data privacy law. So, iyo po yan ang very important na role ng audit management team na i-create na po igdi sa ordinansang ini
So
to
this-
ensure na mayo pong mawawalat na data ang pig-volunteer kan si mga...
So, dahil man nababalgar itong data privacy
Dahil po,
law?
Madam Chair. Dahil po, Madam
Because this is for a short period. I
Yes,
hope short period. of
Chair. Yes,
time.
yes, Madam.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Honorable Kylie Trifulca.
On the issue of technicality lang po on Section 9, letter A po, it is stated there po na yan, download and install the Naga City Contract Tracing System application. But my question is, do we already have an application po that we can download in our smartphones, either Android or iPhone? Because what we're doing po right now is that we're visiting the site of esalvar.com, and that is where we generate po our QR codes after we register po. So we are visiting po a website and we are not downloading or installing an application. Kasi po baka hanapon po ini sa tuyang application na ini.
Honorable Del Rosario.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Ma'am Kylie. That's why we are mandating them to download ining application na ni para ma-ensure ta mag-comply ang mga establishments. Igdi sa Naga, Madam Chair, pipira lang ang mga establishments. Ngunyan kung data po ni mapabilis-bilis ang pagmando sa inda. Of course, dikit man lang pong investment ini sa parte kang mga ano. But again, kita as a local government, may primordial duty kita to ensure na safe ang mga kababayan tayo sa Naga sa kasi may rigdi. So, we are mandating them, Councilor Kylie, na ano po kaning isal. Iyon na po ning isalbar na ni. Iyon na ning isalbar. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable. Okay. Honorable Rosales.
Just two concerns, Madam Chair. We'd just like to clarify for those individuals who do not have a smartphone and they are advised to go to the barangays to secure a QR ID. Mayo po ining bayad, di ba? Now, duman sa mga prohibited acts, we've been receiving reports that there are private individuals offering the printing of QR IDs for a certain fee. Yan po ba i-allow ta or it should be exclusively provided by our barangays? Dahil as reported in our chat group, igong mga individuals na nag-offer kaya na mag-print ng QR at a certain fee. Takong libre man tinataw sa barangay, igong nag-offer yung private individual. So if I may suggest as part of the prohibited acts, pag-prohibit ka itong pag-print ng QR ID at a cost.
Honorable Rosario.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you, Councilor Oying. As far as yung sa barangay, Madam Chair, we can pigmeet na po ni Mayor Nelson si mga barangay officials including SK, and they're being requested to put up assistance centers, So pag nailuwas na po ng ordinansang ini, kung maaprobahan ta po, pati si mga private establishments, require tama po na magbugtak ng assistance centers. Now, pwede po siguro
na ako sa mga ibang barangay iba na sindang assistant.
Kung mamarapato po kang sanggunian na ibugtak ta po yan, ay prohibita itong mga nag-print, minsan exorbitant na.
Mga 100 pesos per
Sige po, ibugtak ko po, Madam Chair.
Baka pwedeng kadako nang nagbarakal da aduman sa nag-post.
Ibugtak ko po, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Any other comment? Okay, Honorable Albios.
This is in relation to the earlier concerns raised by Honorable Councilor Buddy del Castillo regarding the data privacy. We have Republic Act number 10173, or the Data Privacy Act, that mandates all local government units to designate the following personnel: data protection officer, a compliance officer for privacy, and personal information controller and personal information processor. Violations for the breach of in the release of unauthorized release of informations, there are penalties ranging from 2 years to 7 years of imprisonment and 500,000 to 2 million penalties. So may si Sir ko po kayong staff, nag-mention siya na several months ago naka-receive siya ng text message offering loan. Nakang hinapot niya, ang sabi duman is kung saan hali sa City Hall.
May
so siguro ka
misrepresentation.
nag-apply siya kang sa iyang application, and so kay puwanta po siguro ma-safeguard iniyo kasi ang data privacy officer, siya na po ang magiging ma-take charge ng gabos na data na nakokolek ang digdiyo sa contact tracing ordinance, and as well as mga documents na information na sinasubmit sa City Accounting Office or Treasurer's Office pag nag-apply ng business permit. So by next week, Madam Chair, I am submitting a proposed ordinance in relation to this personnel in compliance with the Data Privacy Act. Thank you, Madam
Thank you,
Chair.
Honorable Albios. Perhaps pwede tang maikagito sa mga violations na itong online baga nagpapabakal. Can we do that also?
Siguro,
Itong nagpapabakal in representing na hali ito sa city government. Kada ako nang nag-text ako, inaarog ka yan eh.
Actually, Madam Chair, tama si Councilor Jess. There should be certain regulation kasi kung ano-ano lang po bagang niya nangyaon sa web, sa internet, So, by the way, Madam Chair, pertaining to this proposed ordinance, kaya po nga nipigbugta ko din, Madam Chair, sa Section 10, Madam Tin, paki-flash yung Section 10. So, sa Section 10, specific po, mention ta dyan, yung 10173, yung site ni Councilor Albius. Then, letter B, yung pong mention niyang data protection officer, yun na po yung data controller. So all information and data collected in the system shall be under the custody. Kaya malinaw po kung sisa ang magiging custodian kani. And upon the passage of this ordinance, Madam Chair, yung team, yung task force, yung City Health Officer shall designate data controller from the CESO who shall be authorized to have access to all information. So, pig siguro tayo, Madam Chair, nakabugtak dyan, tangarig na talagang ma-insure ta na makayanta ang ano.
Okay.
Thank you, Councilor.
Thank you, Honorable Del Rosario. Any other comments? Honorable Del Castillo.
In relation to my previous query, particularly on the printing of the QR code, I believe, Madam Chair, that we should restrict to government agencies, either the city, the barangay, and the establishment itself, na iyo lang ang pwedeng mag-print kaya. We should not allow private individuals, or any individuals for that matter, to print this QR code. Because why? Baka si pag-print niya igwaning duplicate. Din binasa si QR code kan si tao, makukuha si mga information kan si tao. So, dapat medyo malikay di Madam Chair sa pag-print kan QR code dahil may mga unscrupulous person na pwedeng take advantage of this system. Na eventually, ma-violate kan data privacy law. Makukuha si mga vital information kan sa mga tao. So I think pag-abot dyan dapat iba kitang safeguard to protect the privacy of all
Of the individual.
All those who registered with this system.
Thank you, Honorable Del Castillo. Honorable Del
Thank
Rosario.
you, ma'am. Thank you, Councilor Body. I will consider that, Madam Chair, as far as letter A of Section 13, i-incorporate po yan, Madam Chair. Thank you. So, kung maya na po, Madam Chair, I move that we approve this on second reading, and later, before the end of the session, I'll produce the final draft
with the following,
yes.
with the amendments,
With the amendments,
raised, comments raised by the other members of the council.
Thank you.
Okay, approved. Next item.
Unfinished business, the letter dated August 25, 2020, inviting Mr. Wilfredo D. Trillas Jr., Chief Planning and Development Officer, to present the proposed annual investment program for 2021 and the proposed supplemental AIP amounting to 940.73 million. This is also in relation to his letter dated August 20, submitting for consideration the revised investment program containing adjustments in response to the previous instructions and concerns.
So the rules is suspended. We acknowledge the presence of Mr. Wilfredo Trillas Jr. Your presentation?
Maraming aga po sa inyo, boss. So, allow me to present the highlights of the proposed AIP, which was already revised, factoring in recommendations of the members of the Sanggunian, as well as other submissions moving forward. Next slide, please.
Honorable Del Castillo.
I think we should go first to the supplement of our 2020 AIP. I believe should be taken first before the 2021 AIP.
Okay.
Pero mas maray na inutunta ito, Madam Chair. Kaysa inutunta si 2021, na ito pa nga nakakonsider si supplement of 2020 EIP. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, Mr. Trillas.
Okay. May I request the material for the 2020 supplemental? So, okay. Ini po ang proposed supplemental AIP for 2020. Next slide. The legal basis is a joint DBM-DILG circular that allows local government units to come up with supplemental AIP in response to the COVID. And towards this end, may mga activities po kitang giniribot, tangan ni ma-preparar ini. Previously, this was presented, but there was a major question that was not answered at the time. How is this going to be funded and by how much? Next slide. Na-identify na po kung ano ang pagkukuhanan kanining pundo in the August 14 meeting of the Local Finance Committee, which was appended to the material given to you. The City Budget Office has already identified 212 million from MOOE and other capital expenditures that can be realigned to support this supplemental investment program under the best case scenario. And this requires government agencies implementing belt-tightening measures. Next slide po. So ini pang highlights, tulong party from more than 500 million dahil po igwa kita ng budget constraint. Ang proposal na pigsusumiter mi na lang po for the COVID-related activities will only amount to 138 million. Yan mo po ang detalye igdi. Gabos na PS po hinarali na. So this mostly focuses on MOE and capital outlay. In fact, some of these have already been approved individually by the Sanggunian. Halimbawa itong business stimulus fund, itong community employment fund. So ang iba po igdi will just be is just intended to provide the basis for those actions. And at the same time, mayo na po si infrastructure. Dati-rati igwa kitang infrastructure, but after the Local Finance Committee went through this, conscious that we have limited amount available. So we're proposing only 138.5 out of the 200 million available. The second part has already been expended by the city. Yung po ini si Bayanihan Grant to cities and municipalities equivalent to 1 month ERA of the city government. And this is amounting to 57.65 million. The third part are essential expenditures of the city government. Mahilig po ni Ludig din na ang total niya is 744, 600 million of which is intended to be sourced out from the national government. Yung po ini si rehabilitation kang NCPM. But there are other the rest are supposed to be funded by the general fund, and this includes the implementation of salary standardization 5, hiring of job orders and contractuals, procurement of welfare goods, payment of hazard pay, subsidy for the barangays, and so on and so forth. So we are submitting for your consideration, Your Honors, this 3-part supplemental AIP for your consideration and approval.
Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
Madam Chair of the City Planning and Development Coordinator, I move that we pass a resolution approving the supplemental annual investment program for the calendar year 2020.
Okay. Okay, Honorable Del Castillo comments, and Honorable Rosales before the approval. Is that?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Apotan ko lang Sir Freddy kung pila lang po sinatada itong sa infra. Kasabi mo, pegarita na ang budget sa infra. Pila lang po ang pagtada po nindo?
Di mo po nalugan na dahil hinali duman sa supplemental, mawara na si infra. Ang buto lang sabihin ka to, si original na infra proposal kayan is drainage project. Pero dahil ang direksyon kaning supplemental AIP is more towards COVID response. So pinagbaray po kan sa mayang grupo dahil limitado lang nga ni ang available na pwedeng realign. Haliyo na itong drainage na ito na yaon dyan sa may San Felipe area.
Okay. Pero po, iba pa ang budget sa supplemental.
Sa supplemental po, itong proposed na rehabilitation kang public market would fall under infra. Igo po igdining concreting. For example, igwaning concreting kang Pasto Carolina. So this will fall under infra.
Pero po ang amount yan?
This is 1.89 million. Tapos igo po ning disaster mitigation related infrastructure amounting to 14 million. So igo man po girare ning infra.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Rosales. Thank you, Honorable Castillo. Honorable Rosales.
Just a query, Madam Chair. Last week, we have approved an ordinance reverting the amount of 47 million to fund the establishment of RT-PCR laboratory and among others. I just like to inquire if the said ordinance or reversion is already included in the supplemental 2020 AIP.
And also the funding for the 4 medtech?
Igwa na po, Your Honor. For instance, under the Part 1, which is the COVID-19 Action Plan, igwa po kitang allocate na 15 million for CHO, specifically for COVID-19 testing. So that will more or less respond to or align with the legislative action that you passed last Friday.
Honorable
Yes,
Gonzales.
Madam Chair. Yung 15 million, I was assuming it was that, but ang pagtubod ko kay igwa pang iba itong araw katong request kang CEO kang for the meals on the quarantine facilities. I think it was being suggested that it be put under the city engineer's office. So they ko lang tanda, Madam Chair, si mga specifics, pero yun, siguro ma-assure lang kita na kaiba na Nate.
So ang assurance po na PDMA itaw is that we will review the submission of the city mayor that you acted upon favorably during the special session last Friday and ensure that these are reflected under the supplemental.
It's
aid.
already included in the supplemental budget. So igwa maning
Yeah.
allowance for other necessities. Okay. Does that answer your question, Honorable Rosales? Okay, Honorable Albios.
Here, I would just like to inquire kung how much po ang final allocation kang Lingkod Barangay Office under the supplemental AIP.
Mayo po ang Lingkod Barangay Digdi. Ang
Iganit na.
allocation kang Lingkod Barangay is under 2021. Ginibumi na po si pagbago as suggested by Councilor Del Castillo.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay. So on motion seconded? Okay, approved. Next item.
The letter
That
dated August
2021.
2020 of Mr. Willie Pilles with respect to the proposed 2020 supplemental annual investment program.
Honorable Prillas, Mr. Prillas.
Thank you, Your Honor. So let me proceed with the presentation of the AIP for next year. So next slide shows you a comparative presentation of the 2020 versus 2021 income as prepared by the local finance committee. More specifically, the City Treasurer's Office and the City Budget Office. So dyan po mahiling ta na igukita ning 14% projected reduction kang sa tuyang income for 2020 si projected ta. Of course, it can still go down 1.42. Ang projected po for next year is only 1.22. 1.22. So a reduction of 14%.
Nabawasan naman.
Ang projected expenditures man po will reach 1.06 billion. So iga po kita ning pwedeng gamiton na 161 million for our COVID-19 response and economic stimulus program. But of course, duman sa 1.06, igwa kita duman ning LDF amounting to 148 million and LDRRM fund amounting to 60. So ang total po kani is roughly 370 million in allocable funds, including the running cost of 61 million. Tangani pong next slide. Tangani pong masimbagan ang fourfold challenges na inatubang tayo next year, and this includes responding to COVID, ensuring that our economy will continue to grow, that our executive legislative agenda is funded. We are proposing an investment program of 10.37 million. Mas halang ka po inining roughly 1 billion kaysa duman sa inutming percent the last time around. Ang components po kani is 660 million in personal services, 1.52 billion in MOE, and 8.19 billion in capital outlay. So if this is approved, this is 2.12 billion or 25% higher than the previous years. At the same time po, ini pong bagong proposal responds to the comments made by the Sanggunian last time. Ang SARO po includes the inclusion of the acquisition of new government center which was proposed by Councilor Del Castillo. And itong eastbound terminal, so yaon na po siya. That's one of the reasons why nagdagdag ng roughly 1 billion ang infrastructure sector dahil sa digdi asin sa iba pang mga projects that were already approved by the CDC but were not included the last time around. Ito pong Lingkod Barangay, from 15.5 naging 11.8 million na lang po siya. Bilang kasimbagan po sa pig raise ni Councilor Del Castillo. And igwa man pong increase duman sa mga COVID-19 related expenditures para sa city social welfare, city health, Ginhawang Nagenyo Agriculture, HSDO, and Metro Peso, which is aligned with the just approved supplemental AIP for 2020. And lastly, igwa po kaming sa pig-attach sa Annex B na prioritization kaning activities na ni in response to the concern of Councilor Uying Rosales. We fully agree na dakulaon siya, so kaipuan taning paagit ang aning ma-prioritize. So may propose kaming 3-part prioritization criteria. Ang enot is alignment to the 2019-2022 Executive Legislative Agenda, alignment with the COVID-19 Action Plan, and potential support for economic growth in the city. Kung susunodon ta po ini, the projects that will meet all 3 criteria will only amount to 568 million doang proyekto ini. Projects that meet 2 of the 3 criteria, 2.79, and at least 1 criterion, 4.18. So may giya po ang Sanggunian and the Budget Office, the Executive and the Legislative, on which projects can they prioritize or be funded under the proposed budget once this goes into the budgeting process. In terms of funding the investment program, 25% will be funded by the general fund, 9% by the local development fund, 1% by the disaster management fund, 7% by the SEF. National government agencies would be 34%, borrowings 13%, and public-private partnerships 12% for a total of 100%. So lastly po, iko kita ning prosesong inagihan over the last 3 weeks, during which agencies of the city government presented their AIP and their proposed budget. Na total mi na po si pagbabago arising from that exercise. Yan po. Kang sumadahon mi po si presentations kang manlain-lain na agencies, igo po ning pagbabago from 10.37 again 10.29 na lang siya. So a reduction of 8.8 million. 13 agencies revised their AIPs upwards. What sabi yung nagdagdag? 12 agencies revised their AIPs downwards, nagbaba. So a total of 25 agencies out of the 55 nagpahiling ng pagbabago. Igo po dyan ng mga nagdagdag, for example, ang SWAMO, both for their motor pool and their regular office concerns, nagdagdag po siya. Igwa man po nagbaba, for instance, SEPIO, dahil mayo kitang inaasahan ng mga activities for next year, nagbaba siya ng around 10 million. Si legal office also nagbaba man, and so on and so forth. Pero pag neto tapo ini, ang epekto is that the AIP figure will go down by 8.8 million. So we are submitting this revised proposal, Your Honors, for your consideration and hopefully for your approval.
Thank you, Mr. Pillas. Comments from the members? Okay, Honorable Baldemoro.
Okay. Good morning, Sir Willie. So Sigabus po na presented during the presentation at NCPC, na-consider na po in this revised AIP?
Iya po. Ang intention mi po is that to present to you this revised number. Ito na pong 10.29 in business rate 10.37 to respond to the recommendations or the proposals of the line agencies. So kung ano po ang pigpresentar na ninda, iyon na po itong susunod ta. Bako itong puriming pig-submit na 10.37. So, ini pong mga pagbabagong pig-presentar kang 25, yun po ini ang susunod doon.
Thank you, Madam Chair. May I know po if there is an office or department na day nag-present in the NCPC?
Ang pakaintindi ko po, gabos nakapresent. Pero I'll check with NCPC. Si Cory po, si Concern Indang Hori itong Naga City Hospital. Pero I'll check with Miss Marion, Naga City Hospital. I'll check with Miss Marion kung nakapresent siya duman sa revised schedule. Pero iyo man lang po ito sa naging na monitor kung nag-ibang problema. Di ko lang easy kung nakapresent siya in the second to the last day.
Thank
Pero
you, Madam Chair.
all of them were able to present.
Thank you, Honorable Baldimoro. Any other query? Comments? Okay, Honorable Vidal.
Willie, kada Peña Francia Sir Willie, si mga previous Peña Francia Fiesta grouping mga businesses establishment ang nag-i-sponsor. Palibasa mo niya na maabot na Peña Francia garo may problema kita. Pero po ang mawawala sa tuya.
Ang shortfall po sa tuya based sa computation kang local finance committee, mababa ning 14% ang satuyang revenue for next year from 1.4 to 1.2 na lang billion. Di ko lang po isigli kung ano ang epekto specifically duman sa Peña Francia revenues, pero pagiling ko kabali na yan digdi sa non-tax revenue na estimate kang City Treasurer's Office. Big factor in na po nila yan. Yan man pong rason kung tanong taang SEPIO, nagbaba man ning roughly 10 million sa iyang investment program. Kang gibo niya dati ini, may mga plano siyang activity for Peña Francia, pero ngunya na malinaw na sa tuya na medyo masakit-sakit.
Yes.
In fact, kang nag-uurulay sa group chat, ang irin ta proposal kang SEPIO, haliw na si Miss Bicolandia, pero nagbugtak na lang ning nominal amount. So, iyo po ini ang epekto kang pandemic sa tuya.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Honorable Castillo. Any other comment? None? Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
For comment, Madam Chair, first I want to answer the query of the Honorable Castillo with regard to the income of the city during Peña Francia Fiesta. Actually, Madam Chair, kung urulayan ta ang Peña Francia Fiesta, lugi pa ang syudad. Puro paluwas ang nagsusubsidize ang City Government of Naga on the activities during the Peña Francia Fiesta. So, kumbaga, mayong epekto sa tuya, dahil mas maringani na mayong kitang activity dahil mayong kita ning isusubsidize. That's, I want to be clear, Madam Chair. And second, since mayong naman siguro ning comment, in all the queries of this body was already answered by the Executive Department, I move that we pass a resolution approving the 2021 Annual Investment Program.
Okay, enjoy.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Approve.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Prilles. Rules is resumed. Next item.
The endorsement dated September 3, 2020 from the Honorable City Mayor endorsing for ratification the renewed memorandum of agreement between the Office of the Vice President and the City Government of Naga with respect to the establishment of OBP focal point.
Honorable Del Rosario.
Madam Chair, I move that we ratify the memorandum of agreement between the Office of the Vice President and the City Government of Naga.
Second, okay. As seconded, approved. Next item.
The letter dated August 25, 2020 from Honorable City Mayor requesting for ratification of the memorandum of agreement between the City and Norma Ricio Jimenez to Edita Santoyo for the purpose of acquiring a relocation area for some 40 families who were to be affected through a court decision in civil case number RTC 2004-00.
Ratification. This was, I think this was referred by the Honorable Arroyo to Honorable Arroyo. Honorable Del Castillo.
kung mga query on this MOA between the city and the Jimenez or Mrs. Jimenez. Primero, an query ko, Madam Chair, sa rin in particular
Property.
parcel of land na ini na subject kan napig-eject itong mga tao. Sa iyan, and ano ba gayan, dahil pa yan mga tao iyan
Taas mo pa daw.
naging beneficiary kan mga urban program kan syudad. Because there might be some na baka beneficiary na sinda kan mga urban program kan syudad, injit ya pasinda duman sa lugar. Nangunyan, mapakinabang na naman sinda because of this MOA between the city and Miss Jimenez. I don't know whether somebody can answer that query, Madam
May
Chair.
qualification of informal settlers for relocation. Pakitas. Number 4. Number 4. Yeah, qualification.
Yeah, kaya i-recommend kan first party.
Yes.
But what if kung itong beneficiary
dati na.
ito, dati na beneficiary kan urban program kan sila.
So what's your proposal, Honorable Del
I
Castillo?
think that should first be clarified, Madam Chair.
So we defer
Who are
this.
those beneficiaries? And dapat malinig na mayo naman yung beneficiary na existing beneficiary kan existing program kan sila. Because otherwise, karon taman sa napigtutolerate si itong mga tao na makinabang ka na hindi, pero pag pinahalig ka giraray kan through a court litigation, tatabangan ka giraray. So, it will destroy our urban program.
So
So,
you're,
dapat maliwanag siguro yun, Madam Chair, and there should be a formal document that will show us na dahil mangyayari igdiyo sa MOA iniyo.
so we defer this.
I think there should be a report from the housing
And refer this to the
Settlement and Development Office on that particular aspect.
Okay, this matter is deferred and referred to the
Yes.
Housing
Yes.
and Development
As
and
formal
Settlement
report to
Office.
us, indicating na kung ini yung mga proposed beneficiary, dahil pa nag-benepisyo naman sa existing program of the city.
Okay, the city secretary is
Thank you, Madam Chair.
advised to return this to the HSDO for their comments as to the matters raised by the Honorable Del Castillo. Next item.
The letter dated August 25, 2020 of the Honorable City Mayor requesting for the passage of an ordinance authorizing him to institute an expropriation case against the heirs of Ambrosio Romero for the purpose of acquiring portion of their property in Barangay Balatas, which will be utilized as part of the city properties to be developed for the construction of new Naga City Hospital, a high school, and other government facilities.
Pakitaas. Taas mo. O yan. Next page. There was no amicable settlement. The offer was denied by the heirs. Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
Is there any document that will show that fund is already available for this, Madam Chair? Particular certification from the either the city accountant or the city budget officer that fund is already available, on which the appropriation will be sourced.
Ayun, si mga letters lang hindi yan.
In the absence of certification, Madam Chair, can we have the presence of the acting city administrator so that we can dispose of this prior to the adjournment of today's regular session?
So this matter is deferred temporarily,
Temporarily.
and to invite the city
Thank you, Madam
administrator,
Chair.
acting city administrator. Deferred temporarily. Next item.
The proposed ordinance of the Honorable Joselito S. Del Rosario, co-author by Honorable Del Castillo, Honorable Elmer Valdemoro, Honorable Albius, and Honorable Beltran, authorizing the grant and payment of traffic enforcement incentives to all volunteer traffic groups, or providing guidelines for its implementation, creating a trust account to cover the incentives and for other purposes.
Honorable, where's Honorable Del Rosario? How about the other authors? So, temporarily deferred. Next item.
The letter dated August 18, 2020 of Ms. Heidi Hidalgo Bautista, landowner administrator, requesting for an update on the acquisition of the road right-of-way for the sanitary landfill in Barangay San Isidro.
Be referred to the city legal office. Next item.
The letter dated July 19, 2020 of Ms. Arlene May Guevara, President and CEO, Fair Realty Corporation, informing that as the lawful owner of the property subject of resolution number 24-038, they are selling the same property and offering it to the city in deference to the intent of the cited resolution, and further giving the city 15 days upon receipt to reply.
Anong property ini?
Property in front of Philam along Peña Francia Avenue.
Ah, yeah. Property owned by Pilam.
In front of Philam.
Sa may Pilam. Ay, wala ko, province. Who knows any background of this? What's this? Oh yes, si old jail. Sa old post office. Sa post office, and then the old, ito pong dating provincial jail. Yes. Ano po sindang prop si Dadaang may sadiri. They are the rightful owner of that said property. Okay, Honorable Del Castillo.
That do we have fund to
To buy.
cover the purchase of this property? Medyo mahal niyo, Madam Chair, dahil nakula itong property ito sa
4,800.
may Kataidkan Puriculture Center.
Yes,
Yeah.
kataid kang
May
puriculture.
kataid kang Puriculture Center. Since the Asiapic declared the National Historical Commission as a historical site, mawawalan kita ng basis para i-preserve ang property as historical site. So, with that resolution, maobligar kita na bakalon. Kung igo kita ng pambakal. But I think at the present price, dahil na mababa sa 10,000 per square meter ang value ng property dyan. And the next question is, do we have the necessary fund to cover the purchase of that property?
And the city is only given 15
Anong
days.
gigibuhon ta kung sakalit na bakalon ta yan? Anong gigibuhon ta sa property niya? So that's a question that we should answer, I believe, Madam Chair.
Was
We finally
the
decide.
letter addressed to the Sangguniang, addressed to the city mayor?
No, not only the city mayor, but us, the Sangguniang.
The Sangguniang.
Pangulo. Dapat pagrulayan ta siguro ni Madam Chair.
So can we refer this to the committee?
Siguro, dahil tapos man pwedeng i-refer sa Committee on City Properties, tapos kung pagrulayan.
Makuta pa man pagsasadiri.
Bako man sa cultural art, bako man historical.
Bako man historical bako pa man, it was not declared historical site. Honorable
Sabi ni
Baltimore.
Consiel Greg, Madam Chair, i-refer na sa Committee on Education.
Madam Chair. Madam Chair.
It was, as per information of the Secretary, it was referred to the Committee on Culture before.
Yes, Madam Chair.
You remember? Yes.
This was taken up in the Committee on the Culture and the Arts, wherein the former Councilor Serio filed a resolution requesting the declaration of the said property as historical site. So may I move, Madam Chair, to refer this to the Committee on Culture and Arts.
So this is referred to the Committee on Culture and Arts. Next item.
The letter dated August 25, 2020 from Engineer Emeterio L. Aman, President and CEO EIDC, addressed to the City Mayor, requesting for inclusion of city government property located in Barangay San Felipe in their joint venture agreement with the city and landowners Edgardo Jose Badiola et al. For their Farm Village subdivision project, with note from the City Mayor, BM Nene SP4 Authority.
Pero exchange, deed of exchange. Was it referred to, is it Honorable Rosales? I think it's land use or?
The mayor is requesting for an authority to enter into this deed. So,
Pero may exchange eh. It is now the foreclosed si property kang LGU. And then, nag-o-offer ang Enjoy Realty na
Madam Chair, ang aram ko po kanino may urulay na kayan sa Mayor and Engineer Aman.
Engineer Aman.
Tungkol
we grant
naman
the
sa
authority?
Daga-Duman. Then
Are
he
you
is just requesting for authority.
Okay, are you proposing?
I'm moving for such authority to be given to our mayor.
Si resolution granting authority to the mayor. Any second to the motion? Okay. Approved. Next item.
The letter dated August 27, 2020 from Mr. Willie Trillias of the City Planning, manifesting that the classification of the property of Antonio Mirillas Jr. in Carolina, which the city intends to use as site of the proposed Yabu Elementary School, is agricultural district.
Bako may pigtas. Honorable Del Castillo.
Mr. Prillas, Madam Chair, is in connection with the request of the mayor for us to authorize him to expropriate the 1 hectare property of the Mirilles located at Yabu, Carolina, Naga City for purposes of establishing the Yabu Elementary School. I think yan may connection ini duman sa request ko na yun. I believe the Honorable Arroyo is the one who inquired whether this property or parcel of land is already considered in the comprehensive land use plan of the city. So, I think I have to yield to the chair of the Committee on Education since the purpose of the purchase of the property is for education.
Intended for the
Thank you, Madam Chair.
element. Honorable Abunal, as Chair of the Committee on Education.
Saying is that the land in question is agricultural.
So, di siya pwedeng gamitin.
Pwede man po yan, madam. Ang question lang is, this is merely information as far as we are concerned. And in relation to the plan to acquire,
Yeah, to our
acquire
intent
the property.
to buy the property of Mr. Mirillas.
At most, I think what we can do is to refer this to the office of the city mayor in relation to the negotiation for acquiring the land. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Abunal. So, referred to the office of the city mayor. Honorable Del Castillo.
I think it is really necessary to give authority to the mayor to negotiate for the acquisition of this property.
I think we already have given the mayor the authority to negotiate. And if I remember,
authorized the mayor, so ang sunod sa dancer, halatunta na lang si action kan office of the mayor.
ano ang request ba ni Mayor Baldemoro?
So, maybe, kung iguana ng authority,
Yun na, igual na kita eh.
ay wala pala ng authority.
May authority ka. I remember, may authority na kitang itinaw.
Authorized na
And
pala si mayor, so
I don't
just
know
take note
if-
of that, Madam Chair.
I think there was also a letter from Mr. Mirillas na dain niya ipipabak. Pero, I don't know if...
Ang
If
tanda
I'm
ko dyan,
correct.
Madam Chair, may request na to grant the mayor the authority to file an expropriation case.
Yes, tadain nagtugot sa... I think there was a letter from Mr. Mirillas na dain siya uyon duman sa presyo. Pero dain siya uyon sa presyo. Okay. So, what's the... So, we refer this first to the mayor? Okay. Next item. Okay, we move for a break.